What's up there, folks? Today we are going to solve the ending question, the AK versus the SKS. Which is better? 50 rounds of Wolf Tula ammo. I'll show you what I got. 50 rounds out of the AK and 50 rounds out of the SKS, and then we're just going to show that quick. And whatever it is, at 50 yards, that is the winner. This is a simple test. It's to end kind of the argument, and I know it still won't end. No matter how much evidence there is, it'll never end. But this is to hopefully help you on your way. We all know that the AK is more functional, better, i.e. removable magazines. That's better. But we'll see if the SKS is still practical. And it was one of my first firearms, so I'm here to tell you, it is. But let's go. Zastava Z-PAP M70 versus a Norinco Paratrooper SKS. Camera mount, baby. All right, yeah, that'll work. I got pivot heads on. These are ancient technology, but they're kind of cool. I hope they still work, and you can see why. Now, this is my first time dealing with this 20-round SKS mag. It's a Star magazine. I guess they sold them back in like the 60s. Really interesting. Came across it at a pawn shop. Not exactly the cheapest thing in the world, but we'll see here. 10. I'm really hoping this feeds, because otherwise we're going to have a long video here. It'll still be short for you, but it'll be long for me. I don't know if my GoPro can handle that. If anybody knows, any fellow YouTubers out there, GoPro batteries do not last a very long time at all. I have one backup battery, so we should be safe there, but there's also the factor of SD cards. YouTubing is hard. Subscribe. Let's get firing. 50 yards out of the good old SKS here. It wouldn't be an SKS without a True Glow sight on it. You know, one of your first guns. Mosin Nagant Ruger 1022 SKS. 50 yards.
Nothing to be proud of, Rusty. 50 yards.
Oh, got a jam. What's an SKS without a little jammy poo, huh? Come on, feet up in there. In battery. Rifles in battery. So that was 20 rounds. 30 more rounds to go. I can tell my ears are ringing a little bit. Not a huge fan of that. But shooting at this range is kind of like shooting indoors. Right now the camera, i.e. my phone, is literally on the frame of where I'm shooting, which is actually fairly convenient for me. I usually struggle, but when it comes to this, I prefer not to have my bell rung so much, but it is what it is. I do have better hearing protection, but then I can't wear the hat. Jammy poop. Rifles and battery. That was 10. $11, $12. Come on. Come on. $13, $14. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. We got 21 out of that mag, I do believe. Now the SKS is getting really hot. The one thing I do miss, like, this was one of my first guns, right? And the trigger on this Norinco SKS is phenomenal. I've never done anything to it, but it's got a clean break, and once you hit the wall, it's go time, and it's not very heavy. This is what we're doing today. It's for you, the viewers, and here we go. All right, that's 10. I'm gonna let her cool down. She's done. The SKS is done. I'm so excited for this. I really don't know what to expect. I don't know. We'll see. Look at that. That's not terrible at all. That's all right. Look at my little SKS. It's chewing holes. Chewing holes. That's all right. I don't know what that was. That was probably me. But let's switch that out. Man, I just reset that target and it's leaning. I guess that's where it wants to be today. Hot range! Hot! Okay. Hello, my friend. Let's do some shooting. Stupid gold AK mag. This was a Serbian surplus, Yugo surplus mag. Roughly like $5. They don't really like to fit in the gun too well. I know it's like literally built for the gun, but there's a reason they're surplus. Anyway, we're going hot here. This ought to be fun. 50 rounds. This one has 30 in it. This one has 20. Let's go. I can tell the American-made stock for the SKS, made in Cottage Grove, Minnesota, that is already a lot better than the AK, and I'm comfortable with this gun, but it is noticeably better. I mean, you have this tiny little, like, built for 5'5" people, Tom Cruise type people. He'd probably rock an AK pretty good, but I struggle with it. One thing I can say after those 20 rounds is I'm still not entirely used to this trigger. I'm used to this gun, like holding it and how it works, but the SKS trigger, the one that I grew up with, is like burned into my mind. This has got a lot more spongy take up. The SKS trigger is loose and then it's solid and then it goes. This one's spongy until you hit the wall and then it's nice, which once you hit the wall, it's nice, but it is considerably different, I would say. Not inherently flawed. Now, one thing you didn't see was a jam, so that's cool. Now, these AK mags, a little stiff. And I'm trying this AK mag for the first time. It's a KSI, you know, those cheap, I believe they're Korean. I'm not sure, but let's see how they work. I know it's an AK, but I really don't want to scratch the stock. I don't know if you guys can see it, but she's starting to smoke, and too. Yeah. Oh, that's a cool idea. That's a neat design. If anybody could do that, I'd like the thumb pin to be right there. That'd be neat. That'd be cool. Right there. Anyway, that's 50 rounds downrange. That was fun. I can't wait to see what that target looks like down there. The SKS, and the SKS should be more accurate. In theory, the SKS should be more accurate. It has a better receiver, thicker milled receiver. It has a better gas system, not in functionality, but as far as like if you wanted to be accurate, you don't have this giant bolt coming back. Mathematically, it should be better, but it is a Chinese Norinco, which was once, at one time, was seen as a really bad option. But now they're sought after. So, we'll see. I mean, this is a decent quality, I would call mid-grade AK. Now, some would say it's like entry level because, I don't know, they're kind of readily available. Even though I have a hard time finding them, I'm always looking for Zastavas, and they're not really out there unless you know a gun store. It's not at your typical one, is what I'm saying. It's definitely not a Vishka or a Pioneer Arms. It's way better than that. It's pretty high quality. I love this AK. I am biased. It's my first AK. But what I've done with it is, you know, I got gold inlays. I got wood burn stock. I got the world on both sides. And I used leather dye, and I made it my own, man. The Predators are cool. This is still going, and that's decent. That's going to be close. Same caliber, same length barrels. The only variance is the model of gun, the maker of gun, how the gun performs. But at the end of the day, it's the same tube with a little port at the end, ejecting gas back. Let's compare and contrast, shall we? So I'm not going to say who the winner is yet, necessarily. I got to pack up all the stuff, you know, get it back in the car, go shopping for New Year's, get some burr, and we'll be back. But let's just say, I'm pretty sure what you thought scientifically, if you put into thought what would be the winner, it's the winner. Catch you on the flip side. Besides the obvious Cold War shot here, the SKS target actually did fairly phenomenal. It did carve out a nice hole. Besides all the little flyers around it, you're looking at 4 squares from end to end. And also on the AK, you're looking at about 4.5 to 5 squares. It's slightly worse, but it didn't necessarily punch the same hole that the SKS did. So, when comparing and contrasting, you can see the SKS actually held a tighter group amongst the 50 rounds. Now, these are hot barrels. They're slinging them everywhere, but the SKS is tighter. That's it. That's it. We're done. Bye. Some say the SKS is trash. Some say the AK is trash. But I say, even if they are, they look pretty good.